Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG radio show. I got somebody who's aspiring to become a commercial real estate attorney from Georgia. Now, I know what you're thinking, from Georgia. No, I'm actually talking about the country, Georgia. So international podcast right here, right now. Lika is on the show. How are you doing today, Lika?
Thanks so much for having me. I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing good, doing good. So I want to jump into your bio here real quick. So you are the founding partner of Nomos law firm, specializing in various fields of law. That's including corporate, business law, real estate, tax law, contract law, immigration law, investment law, family and inheritance law, capital markets, labor law, banking, and finance. You also speak English, Russian, German, and Turkish. And of course, you are the face of your new law firm and been a member of the Georgian Bar Association since 2017, specializing in civil and administrative law. There is so much going on here in this bio.
I know.
I want people to be able to break that down. And, there's not many females, in this profession. So being the founder, starting your own law firm, I want you to pretty much explain to the folks, tell us your story. What made you even want to become a lawyer?
Okay, so it started with my motivation. I always had big dreams and big goals to become something. And then once I discovered in the university that I liked the subject, I liked the business law, I liked the idea of solving the problems, because business law, especially in this field, it is all about problem solving. So I'm really good at that, really good at negotiations, really good at helping people out legally. So I figured that I would be the best at it. So I just started focusing on that, and I've dedicated pretty much 7 years of my life to studying and to taking the bars, taking the exams, preparing myself professionally, because as for advice, this profession without knowledge is just nothing, because skills will help you throughout the process, but without knowledge, I think you won't get there. Because you need to do a lot of studying, you need to be professional, really expertise what you do. So basically I've done that, and I'm still going, and I'm still reading, I'm still learning, and I'm still doing my researches. So it's not like it's never-ending process, because law is something that really changes, develops, and you have to be on time. You have to be really updated with every single thing, especially in your field. So basically what I do is I keep getting all the information that I can receive, and also like my skills help, which is like leadership skills. I'm very ambitious, very competitive, and that's pretty much what got me here.
I love that. I love that. And what is the process? So over here in America, of course, folks go to college. After they graduate college, it's like, hey, I want to become a lawyer. They take the LSATs. They, fingers crossed, get a decent enough score, go to law school, pass the bar in the state that they want to, be an attorney at, and then they're good to go. What is the process like over there? Is it somewhere similar, or?
Process is pretty much simpler, because we do our bachelor's degree. Well, after the high school, you go to the university, you choose profession. Let's say at this point you choose law, and then you do 4 years of bachelor, and you can, after that, you're qualified to be a lawyer, but it's never enough. And I chose to do LLM in France, and I chose to do also a master's degree in here in the same university, State University. So basically, it's a simpler process than in US, because I've heard that the bar exams are pretty much very different state to state. And here it is just one exam. You just take the exam. You can be lawyer without bar exams, but if you want to represent clients in court. So basically being an attorney means that you can represent clients in court. So you can be a lawyer, like transactional lawyer, without representing them in court. But I wanted to do both. I wanted to do litigation and also business transactions. So I took the bar exams in 2017 and I became attorney also, and because I was really into litigation, and yeah.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I love that. And where can folks find you at, or do you have a website for the law firm where folks can, find more about you as well as your law firm?
Yes, our website, Nomos website, is www.nomosgeorgia.com.
Okay, cool, awesome. And any other social media, or is just the website itself?
We have Instagram. You can find us at Nomos Georgia. Also, we have Facebook, also Nomos Georgia, and LinkedIn with the same name.
Okay, great, awesome. Now, you're a very, very successful woman. Considered in the Gen Z category, can you talk about how you built up one of the most successful law firms? I mean, we already, deep dive into your education, as far as how you went back to school, as far as gaining more education so that you could represent clients. But, that's only pretty much for yourself. How did you build up this successful law firm out in Georgia?
Yeah, so basically, I don't define myself as, I don't do gender thing, because
Okay.
I think that it is very, very male-dominated business. Yes, I agree, as any other business is, especially management. Like you can find 90% of men in management and other 10% of women, but having a male-dominated business doesn't necessarily closes the doors for you. You still have the opportunity, and there will be the times where they underestimate you because first you're young, as you said, I'm like Gen Z, but then and you are also a woman, but the underestimation really gives you power because they don't really expect you to do good, and then when you do, it's just, yeah, it's unexpected. So unexpected things are good. And basically, I started off, I had another law firm. When I was 24, I launched my first law firm with my friends. And then we just decided to go separate ways. And I decided to go solo. And yes, I've started this business in probably 1 year ago, but my experience counts 7 years. So basically, I just moved my experience and knowledge into Nomos, and it's my first priority now to make it as successful as it can be. So, yes.
Wow. Awesome, awesome. Can you go over like what's your day-to-day like? I mean, you talked about, or I should say, I talked about so many areas of the law that you go into. What is your typical day like? How do you pretty much start your day and how do you end your day?
So starting my day basically starts probably at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I come here at office and I start going through my mails and then answering them. I have multiple meetings per day. I'm attending the meetings, meeting with clients, and also if I have something like contracts, doing business transactions, other things which are like client related. I always try to balance work and life, but it's really hard. It's one of the hardest things to do because I see myself 9 p.m. at office, sometimes even later, because I love what I do first. And second is like, if you don't give it your all, it's never gonna be enough. So basically I'm really focused at work right now, but I try to balance my life with doing some sports and meeting my friends and having regular conversations and spending time with my family also. So
Okay, great, awesome, awesome. Now, I don't know much about Georgia, of course, being over here in the States, but why is Georgia so ripe for sudden economic growth while the rest of Europe is not so much?
The first reason, I will say that it is very business friendly, which is what European countries are lacking, probably. It is really easy to do business. It is really friendly towards entrepreneurs, the foreign entrepreneurs. It's not that they are like in favorable position, but basically you can form a company in one day and you can do transactions really easily. You can open the bank accounts in several days. So, and also I have to mention the tax system that we have, which is a very, very low tax system. And the geographic situation is that you are really close to Asia and you are really close to Europe. You are basically in the middle. So as a businessman, it gives you opportunity to access both markets. And it is really very much of opportunity has put into this one small country. And then it is what I think it is why Georgia has become so popular, because of its business-friendly environment and low taxes, and also the access that you have through this country.
Love that, love that. And then registering a company in Georgia, over here, you know, pretty much folks can file an EIN number, which takes about 5 minutes. It's free, folks. I don't know why some people still pay for it. That's another long story. And then after, you know, file articles of organization and they've got their LLC and they get started. How is the process like, you know, out in Georgia as far as registering a company?
Like we have two options to do it. First is to visit Tbilisi and pursue that while you're here. It takes 1 day. The second option is doing remotely, registering the company remotely, which takes up to like when the POAs come and then you do the translations, notarization. It takes some time, like 3 to 5 days. And then registration, same process, 1 day. 24 hours. So basically why, from my experience, as my clients have told me, why they like to open the businesses here is because of the taxes that we have, which is 50% of corporate taxes, 5% of dividends, 5% of royalties, interest rates, also 20% of personal income tax. We can lower it down to 1%. Also, if you are an individual entrepreneur, you can take a small business status and then pay 1% on your income. And also, Georgia is not extraterritorial as US is, which means that the income that you get from the country is taxed only on that. So foreign income is not taxable in here. So I think it is really attractive in a way that like the Western world, I think, is falling apart in that sense. So they're searching for alternatives. So I think Georgia is really sophisticated. I think you can easily live here and it's really beautiful, historical, cultural wise. Everything is on a really, really high level. I mean, it's not France, you know, it's not UK, it's not a European country yet. We're not there yet, but I think it is more attractive in a way that if you're a Western, I think you're looking for a different option. So I think if it was on the level of France, then the taxes will not be as low as it is now, right? So because we are on the developing stage, that's why we tend to attract more investment to grow economically. So I think it's the main reason why the government made the term so easy for foreign entrepreneurs.
I love that. Love that. Now, we dabbled about real estate, you know, talking about in the beginning, buying real estate in Georgia, you know, whether somebody's a foreign investor, whether somebody's already in Georgia. What is the process like, you know, in regards to like contracts and title transfer? And is it, you know, that easy if somebody were to do so?
It is easy once you know what you want, because I think the investment should be wise. As any other investment, real estate is something that can make great passive income. So I think you have to put your money into the real estate that can be rented out easily, right? That can be sold out in a high price, maybe, so you get the profit, right? So I think the first thing is to search, do your research, and maybe with help of the lawyer or the agent, real estate agent, to do this searching process. Once you find something you like, there's a really not so hard, but still a due diligence to do. So it includes like checking the status of the property, checking if there's everything okay legally. So you will need a lawyer for that. Another thing you need to do is a pretty good contract, which defends your rights as a future owner. So basically it needs registration in public service hall after that negotiation part and choosing your real estate part. You need to register it, and that's when you transfer the whole amount of money, preferably in the bank transfer. And after that, the title transfer can happen in that area. And yeah, it's yours after that.
Great, great. No, I appreciate that. And a couple more questions before I let you go. Can you tell us again where folks can find you at online as far as what the website is?
Our website is nomosgeorgia.com.
Perfect. And then what piece of advice can you give to aspiring lawyers such as myself, as far as, to continue on the journey? Because as you know, it's not a difficult test. There is years of school, and, even out here in the States, there, the wonderful LSAT examination. But what advice can you give to somebody, to continue on and stay motivated?
Yeah, so I know the struggle. I know it's hard. But once you get there, you're just going to be happy. So think big now, because there's a lot of competition out there in the real world. So I think you will appreciate yourself once you just focus on your goals and dreams. And I know it's a struggle, but you keep going, and then everything's going to be fine at the end.
I love it. Love it. Well, Lika, thank you again so much for spending the time coming on the RNG radio show. Definitely looking forward to having you come back. And above all, really, really appreciate you as far as setting an example, of how and what you can become in this industry.
Thank you so much for having me. See you next time.
Definitely.
Thank you for tuning in to the RNG radio show. Be sure to like and subscribe for more episodes and future content. If you'd like to learn more, visit us at danielumstead.com. Stay blessed, my fellow millionaires.